All right. What's up, everybody? Here we are tonight, Sunday, May 7th, for the Force Nation team call. How's everybody doing? First, I want to throw it to Rebecca. I'm sure she has a few announcements she wants to give out today, but welcome, everybody, for joining us tonight. Got some good stuff happening today. So here we go. Rebecca.
Hey, guys. All right. So first of all, I want to give shout outs to our Success Club earners for April. So I'm going to go from lowest to highest. All right, you guys, I've already posted it in the group, but hey, let's do the official shout outs here. So Belle has 6 points for April. Tammy also 6 points. And Christine got 6 points. Nicole got 8 points. Dave 10. And Denise killed us all with 14 points. So that is freaking awesome, you guys. We are on a super roll. And plenty of you got at least on the board. So, I mean, we are doing amazing things here. I was just watching, I don't want to go too deep because Dave and Dee have a ton of stuff to share, but we were just watching 60 Minutes. What did I just do? I lost my Zoom thing here. I see like Dee and Dave, and that's all I see. I'll fix it in a minute. They just had a story about the Cubs and how Theo Epstein went and how he picks players for the Cubs. And I'm not even going to do it justice at all. But one of the biggest things that just really, just I thought was amazing was one of the first things he looks at is character. And he picks players with good character over anything else. If they could be the best player in the league, but if they are wherever, but if they do not have good character, he's not going to even talk to them. And that's one of the things I love about this team is we are all like, everybody on this team has such amazing character, and I'm so happy and proud to be of this team and have all you guys with me. So that's about all I have to say right now. You guys have a bajillion things to say, so we're just gonna go with you guys here. So I gotta figure out how I messed up my window here.
Thanks, Rebecca.
You're welcome, guys. All right, so go ahead.
We're very happy and we're proud of what we do and what we represent, and it shows. When you're happy, it shows. That attracts more people to us, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, what we're going to talk about today is a little bit about what we dealt with yesterday. Now, we were just talking about it right now, and yesterday, and I'm sure Tammy may feel the same way because she was with us, but man, it was a total immersion yesterday. I went live in the Fit GC group that we're part of. Doug, I need to make you part of that too. I'm not sure if you're in that group yet, are you? The Fit GC crew? Well, I'm gonna make you part of that group anyway. It's a group of male Beachbody coaches and
what does it mean?
Fit GC means the Fit Gentlemen's Club. So a group of Beachbody coach men who help each other out. So anyway, I said in that group that I felt like it was like a college course in one day. It was like Beachbody Coaching 101 in one day. And there's no way that we're going to be able to recreate that tonight for you guys in a 30-minute phone call. It's impossible. But I think what we're going to do is possibly maybe talk about some things that we got out of it, the best parts we got out of it, and then going forward over the next, couple of weeks of team calls, we're going to pick one point of the playbook and discuss it in depth during the call. This way you guys get some type of idea of what we went through yesterday. It's a totally different experience when you're there live. They plan on doing it again soon, and I highly recommend if you really want to make this thing viable for your life and really change a lot of lives and learn how to work this business from top to bottom, you have to be there live. I can't say it any other way, but you have to be there in person to really experience it from the top people. I mean, we've said it before. If you want to be successful at anything, find who've done it the best already and listen to what they do. That's basically what we did yesterday, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So the playbook has 10 rules, right? What we're going to do over the course of the next few weeks, like Dave said, is we'll give you 1, 2, or 3, and then we'll show you examples as they were taught to us and as we've implemented them so that you guys can go off and implement them. And then when we come back for another call, we'll give you another few. You go off, you implement that, and then we come back so that we go through the whole playbook. But I mean, it's 8 hours of information, so it's really hard to just fit it all in. But we'll start.
Yeah. So a lot of the stuff they shared yesterday was a lot of their personal story, and that's the best way to teach anything is to tell it from a story. I'm gonna go. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you the 10 rules. If you guys, if you have a pen and paper handy, if you want to do that, you want to write this down, because this is the 10 rules of the playbook. Now, I keep saying the playbook. Let me tell you how it started, where it came from, and they explained this to us yesterday. When the coaching network first started, back in 2006, 2007, whenever it was, they did something called the game plan training. I know, Rebecca, you're familiar with that. And they kind of took this and modernized it to today's coach. So when you go about coaching, there's a structure and there's a system to be put in place so you can run your business, and duplicate that. The whole idea behind this is to be able to teach you how to work the business, and then for you to teach your coaches, and for them to teach their coaches, and to be able to keep passing it on, because that's what this is about. It's about duplication. So the playbook is 10 rules, and here they are. Number 1 is be here a year from now. And we're going to explain the first 1 or 2 in the call, but I want to give you all 10 points right now. Okay? So number 1 is be here a year from now. And we'll explain what that means in a minute. Number 2, plug in to the support system. Plug in to the support system. Number 3 is personal development. Just so you guys know, you know how we have the 4 vital behaviors now. Before we had 3, now we have 4. They kind of got the vital behaviors off of the original game plan. So this is part of that in a way. So number 4, push play, drink Shakeology. All this stuff you've already heard, right? Number 5, share your story. Okay. Number 6, make a list and use it. Emphasize the word use it. A lot of us have made lists of other kinds or whatever, but in the back office, if you don't know, there is something called the memory jogger. And there was an exercise that they did at the event yesterday that they went through all the categories of the memory jogger. And you'd be surprised when you actually listen to those, your mailman, your Amazon delivery person, your whatever. Like, oh, I didn't think about that person. Oh, and then you start to think of more people to talk to. And listen, the list doesn't mean that you're going to, prospect everybody or give everybody your pitch. It's just to put names down to start to open up your mind of people to talk to, right? Where we at? Number 7, expand your network. Expand your network. Number 8, and this was a vital one for me, be system dependent. Be system dependent. Number 9, again, this is the way they explained it yesterday. This number 9, I think, was very, very vital, and we haven't really thought about how important it really is. Get a success partner. And just want to touch on this for a second. The post that you made earlier today, right? Or was that yesterday? It was yesterday about the success partner, you and me. Yesterday. Whatever. Anyway, she put up a post yesterday.
Today on Instagram.
Today was on Instagram, yeah. About how we can be each other's, because they mentioned that most spouses can't be each other's success partner. But in a sense, we can, because we're able to be real with each other and call each other out on each other's bullshit. Because if she says that, well, I'm going to be talking to this many people today, I'll come at night, hey, how many people you talk to? And she only talked to 2 people. I'm like, well, stop your shit and do what you're supposed to do. So we have that ability to talk to each other. And that's what a success partner is supposed to be. Somebody who's not just going to pat you in the back and make, hey, everything's great, everything's good. No, it's to be real with you and give you real feedback and real criticism, and to hold you accountable to what you're saying you're supposed to do. And the last one, number 10, treat your business like a business. So again, guys, these rules are not difficult. These rules are not things that we haven't heard before, but the way they broke them down yesterday, it made us realize how important they are and how to implement them in our coaching business.
And how to think outside the box. Because we stay stuck in our own little ways and our own little system. And sometimes that doesn't work, right? Our own little system doesn't work. We're like at SE4 and it's the last day of the month and we have 1 hour to go, right? So our system apparently has failed us. So now we're thinking outside of the box with these fresh ideas from these leaders, and it's going to blow your mind. When we give you these tips and tools, you guys are going to be able to implement them and see how easy this business can be. Now, it's not easy in a way where
simple, not easy.
Yeah, that's a better way to say it. So these are simple things that we can implement every day, but the work itself is work. The work is not easy. You have to show up and you have to be, just on it. You have to be on your game, because if you're just fiddling through Facebook, liking and commenting on everybody's post, you're not working your business. Right. So you have to be, you have to have a system.
Yeah, right.
You have to have a system.
And this gives you direction on what to do every day. Mm-hmm. Make your list, create your funnel, and figure it out and put the hot 10 list. I mean, the whole stuff was explained yesterday. Yeah. So we're going to go over the first couple here. I'm just curious. I'm interested. Tammy, when I'm sure you took some notes yesterday, when they spoke about be here a year from now, I'm curious as to what you wrote down or what you thought about what they said about that yesterday. Do you remember? I hate to put you on the spot, but.
You know what? Honestly, for that one, I really didn't write anything, only because for me, I knew that this wasn't just something that I was just going to jump in and do temporarily. So I already had an idea going into this that I was going to be here, that this was something that was not a quick fix, was not something that was going to make me money right away. Right. And that it's something that I needed to build on and to work on. And that I wasn't going to learn everything about the business and about everything, from the start. And so that I would have to put my time and my effort into this, in the long run. Like, it's not just something get in, make money and get out. Like, this is a long-term thing. And, as far as being here a year from now, I mean, I've been in this for 3 months and there's still like so much that I don't know, and that I'm learning. And even from yesterday, going to, like, when me and you first met, like had our first meeting, Dave, at Panera, there's some things that you mentioned to me at the meeting that was presented yesterday, but hearing it over and then being there and soaking it in again made so much of a difference. It's like you can't just hear things once and then it's you have to like just like be in it and live in it and just listen to it over and over again and go over things, because that's how you're gonna learn.
Great point, because and that's what they meant yesterday by saying be here a year from now, because I've heard it said before. I think Eric Ward might have said it, or I forget who said it, but this type of business is a 5-year retirement plan. This is something, the 1357 rule, right? It was talked about in a year. You gotta learn the basics, maybe make some money back and stuff like that. By 3 years, you're gonna get a lot better at it. 5 years, you should be at expert level by that point. But the whole idea with be here a year from now is just exactly that. Plan to that first year, learn as much as you can. Read the books, go in the back office, read the training, go on on YouTube and do all the find stuff on there that people put a ton of stuff of training stuff on there, Beachbody coaching, all that stuff. Follow us, follow the team pages, you know, learn as much as you can and implement what you learn. Because it's one thing to go to a live training or to watch it, listen to a team call and learn and write down notes. But it means absolutely nothing if you don't implement what you learn into your business. That's the most important thing. Yeah, the training was great yesterday, but it means absolutely shit if we don't implement what they said. So plan to be here a year from now is simply that, to plan to just focus on your learning. And next year, you know, where are you a year from now? Okay, continue learning, continue getting better, continue growing, and plan to do something else a year from now. Let me just look at my notes really quick. Oh, yeah, Danielle talked about her story about needing financial help. The fit shaming and fat shaming. Did you want to talk about that at all, or no?
Well,
that was a really that was insightful what she mentioned yesterday.
So Coach Tulin, I don't know if you guys know Coach Tulin. Tulin is our plus size Team Beachbody coach, and right now she's six-star diamond, elite diamond coach, and she's a total badass. She's on Jimmy Hayes Nelson's team, and she and Danielle Natoni, they have a really good friendship. Although they are totally different. Danielle Natoni's fit, always been fit. She's never had a transformation story. She has had a mental, physical, and emotional, and a financial story. She was in a lot of debt. And Coach Tulin had the transformation story. She was in a lot of debt as well. But the one thing that they shared in common was that they both have had issues with just other people bashing them. Danielle gets fit shamed all the time, and Tulin gets called the fat girl all the time. Like, how could you be representing Beachbody and you still fat? Like, you know, and it's horrible and it's very sad. And fat shaming and fit shaming hurts just the same. So they touched upon that. And that's the thing, that fit has no size. Healthy has no way, shape, or form. You know, we are all born from different genetic streams, and the goal with us is to make somebody happy, healthy, and strong and live a better life. It has nothing to do with a six-pack ab. It has nothing to do with, you know, being fit for just the wedding. You know, it's talking about your entire life. So they touched upon that a little bit. Yeah. Which was eye-opening, because everybody thinks that, oh my God, I have to be fit. I haven't had my transformation story yet. I can't do what you do. No, actually, if you're going through your transformation story, that's the best time to become a Team Beachbody coach, because people are going to relate to that. People are going to follow you. People want to join you while you're on your journey. That's the best time to become a coach.
Absolutely.
So with plug into the system, we'll move on to that.
Okay, because this segues good right into that, because that's what this is what we're doing tonight.
Plugging into the support system, which is number 2, that's what we're doing right now. Plug into us, because we can be very lonely at home, on our phone, working this business. So if you do not have your support system, your weekly call, your team pages, your trainings, if you don't plug into that, then you're not going to last, because we need support. You know, there's nothing that you can do on this earth that's going to make you learn more than actually learning from a tool. And that's the support system that we have here. Your back office, your breaking news, all that stuff, you should be on it. You should be reading that at least once a week.
Yeah, because, you know, and the support is everything. I mean, just like you support your challengers, how we support each other here in you know, the Force Nation, it just makes this business a lot better. We learn from each other. We grow from each other. I gotta be honest with you, I wish I was as consistent as Doug is. I mean, there's not a day that I look at my feed and Doug is not on there posting everything that he's doing. And I'm not as consistent as he is. I wish I could be. And you know, that forces me to do what I'm supposed to do. And I love that, you know. And that's the support we have in this team. What other business, what other job can you have where everybody is in the same boat for the same common goal? you know,
and cheering each other
and
on.
cheering each other on.
You know, see that
as a cop, you know, people like right now, my chief is retiring. So of course everybody's jockeying for position. They want this promotion. They want that promotion. Don't go to that guy. There's hating on this guy. There's gossip about that guy. I don't want to hear that shit at work. You know, that's why I enjoy my Sunday night team calls. I'm dealing with people that I love and I care for, and we're all in the same boat, thinking about the same thing. That's what this support system is all about. Plug into it. You know, when you're at work and you're upset about something, call one of us. Call one of your team members, and that's what the help is for. Not just only about the business, but to support each other in our lives as well.
Exactly, and especially, you know, running these challenge groups, or, you know, like just training somebody. We get frustrated, right? We get frustrated, but of course we're not going to vent to them. We're not going to tell them, listen, you're not doing it right. We're going to come back and we're going to talk to each other, and we're going to give each other tips and tools and maybe advice on how to do things a better way, right? Learning. Also, you want to continue to learn. You want to always learn, because this business changes yearly, and there's a lot of new things happening with social media, and if you're not learning, then business is going to stay stagnant as well. It's another thing. There's a lot of information on that, but we're just going to move on to personal development. I think we do a pretty good job with a book of the month, and we always have, you know, ideas and tips, and we share books that we've gotten a lot out of. So I just want to just briefly touch upon how important that is, because think about your life before personal development, right? You are trying to help somebody with Shakeology, and they just don't see it. They don't get it the way you do, right? They don't understand it. Maybe you sent them a few packages and they didn't like the consistency of it, but they don't understand the ingredients, right? And then they tell you, you know what? It's not for me. Thanks, but no thanks. If you don't have personal development in your life, you're going to feel like shit, because damn, here I'm pouring my heart out to this person and expressing how amazing I feel because I'm drinking this magic shake, and she thinks I'm full of shit, right? You have your personal development in your ear every day because you're amazing, because you have something to offer. You're able to detach from that no and say, all right, next. And then look for someone else and not stay stuck and frozen and hurt in that one rejection. Yeah. Because we're going to hear rejection a lot. I mean, I tell you, Rebecca said a little while ago, I made SC14. Do you know how many times I heard no to get to that SC14? You don't want to know how many times I heard no. But it's okay. Because no means they're just not ready. I haven't proven it to them yet. So I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to show up. And my storefront is my Facebook page. And they're going to see me every day doing what I have to do, because this is not a fad. This is my life.
Yeah. And the other thing too, and just to wrap it all up with personal development, Dave Ward, if you guys don't know who Dave Ward is, him and his wife, Monica Ward, they're two of Beachbody's founding coaches, one of the founding coaches in the network. And he shared his story about personal development, and it really, like, it hit me. It hit me like right here, like not here. It hit me right here, like right in the gut. It hit me hard. And I'm going to tell you why. And you know me, guys, you know, every team call, I'm always harping about personal development. And that's always my number one vital behavior. And to be honest with you, I understood why, but I understood it why even on a deeper level yesterday. And because Dave Ward spoke to me. Here's what he said. I'm gonna read what he said.
Really quickly, hold on. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Dave Ward he's a lawyer. He's a retired lawyer. He was able to retire from the law practice because of this business. Right.
So, Dave left his business. The bottom dropped out in 2008. He was a real estate lawyer. 2008, you know, he lost his job and he just didn't want to do the lawyer thing anymore. But what he spoke about that really hit me was that he remembers that, you know, Dave used to be the obnoxious, negative, judgmental asshole, you know, from his lawyer life. He was the guy, I'm a lawyer, handed out his business cards to everybody. Thought he was a hot shit because he was a lawyer. You know, he was a big, obnoxious guy and really an asshole. And what he learned is that through the business and going through And also, he always thought there was only two ways of thinking. There's my way of thinking, and then every other way, people are just morons. Whoever doesn't think like me, you're just an idiot. That's how he used to think. And then when he joined the business and started to immerse himself into personal development, that's what started to change his mindset. That's what started to make him change to the person that he is today. That allowed him to be able to understand other personality types and to be able to work with people and to be able to care about them and to, impact them and to, put their heart and soul into other people. And guys, that's me. In a nutshell, that's me. That's why it hit me so hard yesterday. Because I too have been that asshole. I too have been that obnoxious, judgmental, cynical, negative cop, because the cop really got into me. And based on the shit you see every day, sometimes you have no choice but to see the world as everything negative. And that was me for such a long time. That's why I love the personal development part of this business, because that completely changed me. I started to open my mind. I started to understand other personalities. I started to understand my wife more. I started to understand my son, Jamie, more. And I started to have better relationships with people. And I wasn't so, because I remember people always telling me, Dave, you're so intimidating. People can't approach you. They can't, you never smile. And I really understood why that was, and now I do. Now I do. So the biggest part of this business for me has been the change that I've made because of the personal development. And, at first it was hard for me to speak about that, but now that's my story. So that's about sharing your story, which is number 5. We'll segue right into that, because number 4, listen, honestly, guys, this is what number 4, push, play, drink Shakeology. Does anybody have any questions on that? Seriously.
Well, look, it's important to do a program start to finish.
Right.
That's very important. If we're jumping around from program to program to program to program and then going to, hike or, just swimming or just biking, like if we're doing outside things constantly, then the people who are watching you are going to think that
you need more.
Team Beachbody is not enough. You understand? So it's important to do a program start to finish. You can have outside recreation, you can go to a gym, you can do whatever you want to do. That's perfectly fine. But when you say you're going to start a program, finish it. That's very important. Okay.
Yeah, because you're marketing this stuff to people, so you have to be able to market it and be proof that the stuff works.
Yeah.
And if it's a 90-day program, complete the whole 90 days. If it's a 60-day, 30, whatever it is, from top to bottom, start to finish, do it like a challenger. This way you have intimate knowledge of what it takes to get through that program when you talk to a prospect. How else can you be able to talk to a prospect if you don't do that?
Yeah. Just the emotions that go through your body once you complete a program. That's success right there. So you want to have that success so that you can share how amazing you felt when you did this program that you're referring someone else to do. Right?
Yeah, not only that, the other part of that too is that, you get a finisher shirt. That's another thing to talk about. Some people just want a shirt, something that you can't buy. Those finisher shirts, when you finish a program, you can't buy those on the Team Beachbody website. No. You have to earn those.
You have to earn that.
So what's cool is that, when you finish a program and enter your results, and you get that shirt that says you earned it, then that's proof positive, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you want your challengers to do that as well, because they get entered into the Beachbody Challenge, and when they win, guess what, guys? Their coach wins too. Okay. All right, so this is another way to make money.
Yeah, and speaking about that, sharing the story, I want to go back to what Dave said, because he shared how he was so close-minded and negative and obnoxious, he wasn't able to see himself helping other people. He had to change his mindset. And as he went through the business, he developed a goal of being able to coach somebody to the Beachbody Challenge. He wanted to be a finalist on the Beachbody Challenge. He wanted to coach somebody to that level. And since he put that goal out into the universe, lo and behold, he actually was able to find somebody that he helped coach into the finals of the Beachbody Challenge at Summit. Now, the story behind this guy, Bob Taylor, because he mentioned the story in the Fit group. Bob Taylor was a guy who was 53 years old. Okay, he was 100 plus pounds overweight, and through a course of a year and a half, he helped him and got him to the finals of the Beachbody Challenge. And that's not it. The story doesn't end there. He was working with him so long. Just to cut the story short, just 2 weeks ago, Bob Taylor completed an Ironman triathlon. And if you don't know what an Ironman triathlon is, it's a 2.4 mile swim, it's a 112 mile bike, and a full marathon 26.2 mile run afterwards. So this is a guy that he completely transformed his life by him being able to coach him. And that relationship that you can build with somebody is just, it's priceless. It's priceless. So he was there. Now he has that story. He can share that story with anybody he speaks to. He has that as a part of his repertoire, of his life, that he can share that. Wow, I just coached somebody into that, So that's what you want, guys. You want to find somebody that you can help transform and have that be their story and your story.
Yeah. That's why we build relationships. We do not have one night stands. When somebody buys a challenge pack from you, you are tied to them till they reach their goals. Okay, guys? Always keep that in mind. It's not about the sale. It's not about the Success Club points, because so much more can come from that.
Oh, you brought something else up from yesterday that was really important. When we talk about setting goals, there are, if we haven't mentioned this before, there are results-based goals, and there are also action-based goals. I completely changed my focus now. I'm focusing only on action-based goals. And here's why. If you set yourself a goal of a result of getting 10 Success Club points, let's just say, well, you don't have an idea of how many people you need to speak to in order to get 10 Success Club points, right? If you just simply focus on an action goal, like, all right, I want to show this presentation to 10 people a day. If you think about it, if you present your business or your workout, whatever you want to present to them, have 10 presentations a day, that's 300 people a month you can talk to, and whatever those results come out of that, let's just say for every 10 people you speak to, you get one. I'm not good at math, but 300, you get what? That's 30 people that you can possibly get. So if you focus on an action-based goal of speaking to, let's say, 10 people a day for 30 days, you never know what can happen. Forget about SE10. And get it back to Coach Tulin. I'm going to blow you guys away right now if you guys don't know this. Coach Tulin, the highest amount of Success Club points she's gotten in a month is 150. Yeah, exactly. Look at your faces right now.
That's how we looked yesterday.
Yeah, we were like, what? The highest number of Success Club points she's ever gotten was 150. And she said it, she was raw and real yesterday.
She was raw.
She was like, SE5 is bullshit.
She said SE5 is a joke.
Yeah.
SE5 is a joke. If you're saying that you're only getting SE5 a month, then I'm sorry, you're not helping enough people.
Right. So that kind of hit kind of hard yesterday.
Ouch!
And Danielle said it too. Danielle said something that I thought was really cool. She spoke about her financial success. She was in debt hundreds of thousands of dollars. She was a fifth grade math teacher. And that's why she needed this business. She didn't need it for the fitness. She needed it for the money. So she had no choice.
She was on payday debt. She would have to take a loan and pay it back on her payday. That's how horrible she was doing.
Yeah. And
she was in a bad relationship, and she had 2 young girls, and she needed a way out.
Yeah. So what was Danielle's story that I wanted to mention? Sorry, guys. Give me a second.
How she spoke about, helping people, because somebody asked Danielle, how do you manage? Because she was in the audience and she had a question, right? It was her, right? No, that was to Coach Tulin.
Yeah.
That was to Coach Tulin. But anyway, somebody asked Danielle,
that's the point I'm sorry. That's the point I wanted to get at. She's a 7-figure earner in this business. Okay. And she says that you have to be able to want to, be that type of coach, because if you're not making that kind of money, if you don't want to be, 30 Success Club points, then you're not helping enough people. That's a result of her helping more people. I don't know if I'm getting the point across.
Here's how it went. Somebody asked Danielle, how do you manage to help that amount of people? If you're making X amount of Success Club points, How do you manage to help that amount of people? And then her answer is, how do you think I'm able to make the money that I make? I'm making the money that I make 7 figures because I'm helping that much people. So if you're only focused on 3 people a month, 3 people a month, 3 people a month, you're not helping enough people, because it's not about the Success Club points, guys. Again, it's about helping people. So the more people you help, the more successful you will be. So it's selfish to not want to be successful.
Correct. That's the point I was trying to get at.
It is selfish to not want to make the money, because you make the money that's owed to you because you're helping people. And that's how she put it in. I mean, the room went silent, because that's a mic drop moment. That is a mic drop moment. If you think that you can't handle 3 people a month, then you're doing it wrong. You're not taking those steps to grow as a business owner, and you're not implementing the actions that are taught to you in your Coach Basics training, all the stuff, the information that's in the back office, everything we learn here when we do our weekly calls, that's all support. We're doing these challenge groups together, right? There's always a coach available. So you don't have to every day be on that one person that you sold the challenge pack to last month. You don't have to, because you know what? You want them to want this for themselves. You can't babysit everybody. You want them to want to change. You can't go to their house. You can't cook their breakfast, right? Just like when your child goes to college, you can't wake them up and tell them they need to brush their teeth. You have to trust that they're going to do that, right? So you as their coach, same thing with your challengers. You have to trust that they're going to do what they have to do because they invested in themselves, right? So just think about that. Think about that. The more people you help, the more successful you will be.
Absolutely. And
wow, that's a lot of information.
I don't want to throw too much stuff at you guys. I think we'll cut it there. If
and we only got to 4.
No, 5. Share your story. Right?
No. Nope.
Okay.
We got to 4.
Okay. So Tammy, I'm gonna unmute you. If there's anything that you felt as we were talking, there's anything you felt that we should discuss, or there's something you want to mention here that's think you want to mention to the guys here.
Can I say really quick, congratulations to Tammy, because she got her success starters and she earned her ticket to Summit.
Woo!
Thank you. Yeah. That's awesome. What I really, really wanted to say was I can't stress to you how important it is to put this stuff in action. Last night, I actually I've been going back and forth with one of my former students, and we've just been having general conversations. She works out. She's into like building. She's been wanting me to to go meet up with her to work out. And we've just been I haven't even really mentioned much of for her to be joining one of my challenge groups or anything like that. She hit me up yesterday and expressed an interest in going to school for phys ed, because now she kind of changed her gears and stuff. And I automatically went back to, hold on. Oh, crap. Okay, I'm not going to be able to finish that conversation because my son just got home. And he is out. Okay, hold on 1 second. Come here, baby.
Okay. So guys, yeah, no, we're just going back to
So.
Oh, you're good?
No, he's knocked out. So going back to, and I could have automatically, jumped in and said and mentioned about her becoming a coach under me. And I took a step back and was like, you know what? Let me share my story a bit about what it is, and because I'm resigning this week from teaching, and so I went through that. I was like, you know what? I completely understand where you're coming from. You know, my life has changed courses too, and my love for health and fitness has developed into something else. You know, and I shared a little bit of my story, and that right there kind of drew her in, and she was like, wow. Well, tell me more. What is it that you do? You know, what do you do as a Beachbody coach? And I think that made the difference, because I could have automatically been like, here, check this out, you know, and sent her a link or something like that. And it wouldn't, I don't think it would have had the same result. So it's just automatically taking in what we're doing in these team calls and what you're learning in any of the, you know, the trainings that you go to, and putting it into action, not just having it down on notes and then, okay, I'll get back to it, you know. And that's pretty much it. Just, you know, taking a step back and putting stuff into action.
Awesome.
Thanks for sharing that.
And I just want to say too, that, you know, before we close here, that a lot of what was shared yesterday, to be honest with you, and Jimmy Hayes now mentioned that for 3 days, he spent 3 days in Eric Worre's house for this intense training that he did a couple of months back. A lot of what the playbook is about, and some of the stuff that he talked about in the system, stems from the GoPro book with Eric Worre. You know, on how to share your story, on how to ask the right questions after you send the video, whatever the thing is. And that's basically the system, you know, and rely on that system. And that's what Tammy did. She asked the question, if I, would you? And that's the golden question to ask in all of network marketing. If I, would you? Get the person's permission to send them a video. Don't just vomit and say, hey, check out this video, you have to see it. No, get their permission. You know, tell your story, ask them, hey, if I was to send you a video that explains everything that I do, would you have time to take a look at it?
Because they're giving you permission then. Like Danielle said a story about she had a friend who she used to CrossFit with many, many, many years ago. And they're still Facebook friends, but not really, they don't really talk or anything. And she private messaged her one day, and Danielle saw on her phone, oh, this girl's reaching out to me. I haven't heard from her in a while. She usually doesn't reply to anybody right away because she's always so busy, but she was eager to reply to this person. And when she looked at the message, it was a full script.
Oh.
She was a Road and Fields rep, and she was trying to recruit Danielle. And it was a whole script. It wasn't even like, hey, girl, what's up? It was nothing like that. It was just a full script.
Like a copy and paste script.
Yeah. And Danielle replied to her, hi, girl, long time no see. Thanks for thinking of me, but can I give you some advice? Next time, perhaps you should ask me how I'm doing. You should ask me how my kids are doing. Do you even know I'm not married to the same person I was married to before when we used to hang out? This is tacky. And that's not what we do. That is not who we are. Yes, we do have scripts. Yes, we do, because that's going to help us to speak to someone. But you don't want to copy paste. You want to make it your own. You want to use that as a template to help you explain what it is you're presenting. But always look at somebody's Facebook page and find out what they're doing, like and comment, and connect with them first before you do something like that, because that is not who we are.
Yeah, and there's a lot of network marketers out there that just give us a bad name because they do stuff like that. And they just copy and paste things and just turn people right off. There's
a lot of stories that we heard yesterday, and we do want to share them all with you. We just don't want to take up all your time tonight. So hopefully You guys got a little bit of something that you can take forward with your business, you know, from here to the rest of the week. And then next Sunday, we'll come on and we'll share some more stuff with you. What's the schedule for next week? Rebecca, did you have something in mind?
Gotta mute myself.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. I think we hit at the same time. Next Sunday is Mother's Day.
Oh, yes, it is.
Do you want to do a special Monday night call, or do you want to hold off 2 weeks?
Monday night for sure.
We can do it that way.
Mother's Day is not that important. Why?
Virtually, like,
I'm getting beat up over here.
Personal development, okay?
Yeah, I know.
I actually don't know how much we're going to do because Jacob's probably going to be moving and Josh will be home, but who knows if he'll actually be home. But
So
anyway,
Monday night.
but
Yeah.
you know, so we'll do it at 7:30. So no, you guys can continue on teaching more about this because I think it's really important. And
Yeah, this is really important.
So whatever you got tonight, guys, soak this in. Next week, we'll talk about the next couple steps. Share your story, make a list, and use it. And I really want to get to the point where we talk about the system. Be system dependent. Focus on the system, implement it, do it, and keep moving on. All right, guys. So without saying, anybody have any questions, comments they want to mention before we sign off here? Everybody good?
I think everybody's good.
Fantastic. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us tonight. This was awesome. And we'll see you next week. Have a good week, everybody.
right, guys.